Good morning. How are you all doing today? Hope you're feeling good. Finding yourself in a good place right now today. We're diving into a full album reaction, Frogstomp. What a name. It makes me think of like some old school dance called like the Frogstomp. I don't know how it would look, but it's funny to watch. Anyways, this is from Silverchair. This is their debut album, which was released in 1995. We're giving this a listen because this was suggested and sponsored by Vincent. So Vincent, thank you so much for the request. Thank you so much for the over-the-top support as well. I truly appreciate that. So we've listened to Diorama from the band. And that album, I'm just looking it up really quick, in their discography is going to be their fourth studio album. So we're taking a trip back to their beginnings with Frogstomp here. And from what we listened to from Diorama, obviously that's like a very musical, theatrical, sophisticated kind of album. And from what you guys said in the comments earlier in their career, as we're at the earliest right now, they were more of a kind of, I guess, alternative rock, grunge kind of sound. So curious to hear the difference and what we're going to explore here. I can't get over the name though. I'm kind of curious why it's called Frogstomp. I just keep on thinking like there was some old dance. You know how like old dances and sometimes new dances have like silly names? Like I just feel like there was one that was called the Frogstomp and you're just like hopping up and down and you stomp. I don't know. There's some movement to it. But anyways, also this album had been recommended by Princess Kitty as well. I meant to mention that as well. So anyways, how about we dive straight on in? How about we get stomping? Ribbit. Actually funny, like you have a lot of nicknames for like people around you, family and stuff like that. One of my nicknames for Liam is Froggy. I don't know why. He just reminds me of a frog for some reason, and not in a mean or derogatory kind of way. I don't know why. He just reminds me of a frog for some reason, so I call him Froggy sometimes. Anyways, if you don't mind pressing that like button, it helps a great deal. Just a little bit you can do, just pressing that like button. It helps. The Buy Me a Coffee is there if you'd like to sponsor a song request, Patreon for exclusive content, and all that other stuff. Let's go ahead and dive straight on in. We're beginning with the first track here, which is in... Oh, and I forgot to mention something to keep in mind that Vincent had mentioned as well. They were only 15 at the time of their debut. 15 years old. What were you doing at 15 years old? Well, let's find out what they were doing with the first track on the album here, Israel's Son. Sip of just a little bit of water, because down here goes to you. That's that 90s sound for sure. Sounds great. If you're not here, so look at your friend instead. Kind of hitting like a Soundgarden kind of sound musically. I hate you and your apathy. You can leave, I don't want you here. I'm playing this pantomime, but I don't see it showing any signs of fear. the heaviness of the music is counterpointed by the lightness of his voice. Nice fuzzy bass. Breakdown. Oh, you're going off at the concert here. He goes for it. I lost it for a second. What an opening track for the album. I love how at the end, like the band, of course, along with him, but he just goes off at the end. It's like, put your hands in the air, Daniel. Woo! Okay, so this immediately is putting me in the mind of like a band like Soundgarden. Like it has that kind of sound to it where it's heavy and yet melodic at the same time. I like how deep and grimy the bass is, just accented by some of the static of the guitar kind of riding off of that bass from Chris Janu or Jonu, and then Ben Gillies on the drums there. Start off in a very heavy way, that very typical 90s kind of rock sound, which I like a lot. It's kind of what my first love of music was, I suppose. Like when I personally started getting into music a lot, like it was this genre. And then Daniel just sounds so good here. So 15 years old and they're doing this. I think that's phenomenal. They already have like it locked in how they're playing. His voice is incredibly mature. It sounds great. And like I said, I like how like light his voice sounds during most of the music. And then as we get towards the end of the song, the band just decides to let loose for one final round as they take it around the bend there. But yeah, like as I said, I just wanted to reiterate like this genre, and I think I even mentioned it on Diorama when we listened to that, is like nostalgic for me. My first album I ever bought was Trust Company, The Lonely Position of Neutral. And I don't listen to it like a lot anymore. It's just not what I usually go back to. But like their most popular song was Downfall, like this. This is a classic, man. Like, and then after that, a niche group that some of you will know, but some of you won't. Dark New Day. I used to have their album 12 Years Silence. Everyone knew the song Brother. But like, There was so much more on this album than just Brother. Ba ba ta ba ba. Yeah. That's a good. So it just like this brings me back to that era. And like I said, that's just nostalgic for me because when I first started getting into music for myself, this is what I was diving into. This and new metal and like Linkin Park and stuff like that. You know, I grew up with like jazz and soul and rap too, but this was like the first genre that I took for myself and like began to explore and things like that, and just kind of led me on a journey that, hey, led me eventually to where we are today. So this sound is very much in my wheelhouse, and I think that this sounds really fantastic for the opening track, and it kind of hits on some nice levels there. Very heavy too. I like that. But I like how Daniel chooses only to really let loose, for lack of a better word, those dogs in his voice near the end. It's a great track. Hate is what I feel for you, and I want you to know that I want you dead. Well, it's pretty straightforward. At least there's no lying or beating around the bush here. Just beating the bush. You're late for the execution. If you're not here soon, I'll kill your friend instead. This is that teenage angst. All the pain I feel couldn't start to heal, although I would like it to. I hate you and your apathy. You can leave. I don't want you here. I'm playing this pantomime, but I don't see you showing any signs of fear. All the pain I feel couldn't start to heal, although I'd like to. This time, I'm for real. My pain cannot heal. You will be dead when I'm through. Hate is what I feel for you, and I want you to know that I want you dead. You're late for the execution. If you're not here soon, I'll kill your friend instead. Who could it be talking to? Hate and execution. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. I am Israel's son. I'm Israel's son. Put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Could we be taking a religious tone here? I'm son of Israel. Some sort of religious connotation. Let's look at the information here. Released as a third single from their debut album. Ranked as number 8 on the 25 best Silverchair songs sorted. Daniel said about this track, the song was about an execution I saw on telly. Okay, I got this video of an execution. I just saw it, and I was watching it one night and had a dream about it. And I woke up and thought, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And I wrote a song about it. Listen, inspiration comes from it can come from the most unobvious of places. 95 concert bottling incident. In 95, Johns was hit with a bottle of alcohol while Silverchair performed this track. The injury required 6 stitches on his left eyebrow. Remember when that was like a big thing? I know it happens still, but like when audiences were like throwing stuff, especially like at Nickelback, they always got rocks and stuff thrown at them. Like, come on, people. Be better. 96 murder trial. In 96 murder case, the defendant counsel for Brian Bassett, 16, and Nicholas McDonald, 18, of McClary, Washington, claimed that the pair listened to Israel's Son from the album, which contributed to the murders of Bassett's parents and a younger brother. McDonald's lawyer cited the lyrics, hate what you feel, I want you to know that I'm dead, were almost a script. They're relevant to everything that happened. I don't think that's how that works. But manager of the band, John Watson, stated, Silverchair would not condone violence of any sort. The band is appalled by this horrific crime, and they hope the justice will prevail. The band extends sincere sympathies to the families. They reject any obligations. It's not intended to provoke any violence or anything like that. Prosecutors rejected the defense case and convinced the jury that the murder was committed to steal money and belongings and run off to California. And there's your chart information at 11 in Australia, New Zealand at 12, and US at 39. Some interesting facts about that one. Let's move on to the next track here, which is going to be Tomorrow. Also, this sounds like, this reminds me of like Tony Hawk Skater music.
It's 12 o'clock and it's a wonderful day.
I've heard this song. I know this one. I remember this one.
Won't you come with me to a place in a little town? The only way to get
this is classic.
Straight down. There's no bathroom and there is no sink. The water out of the tap is very hard to drink.
Yeah. I love that chorus. I remember now. Man, this brought back memory. Man, when was the last time I heard this one? I used to really like this track.
But I'd like to see you live without it. You think you can keep on going, living like a king? Ooh, babe, but I strongly doubt it. Very hard to judge. Very hard to dream. You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till tomorrow. You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till tomorrow.
That's such a chorus, too. I'm sorry, I'm like singing over it. Sorry.
You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till tomorrow. You're gonna wait till bad boy, wait till
Man, that's a song I know. Yeah, that's a staple on like the radio. I haven't listened to like any rock radio or anything recently at all, like at all. But that was always on. I remember that one a lot. I remember always liking the like the pre-chorus there when he really starts giving that throaty yell in there, because it was like he gave a cool vocal fry that was like just slightly, maybe not off, but it wasn't so polished, right? It wasn't like some perfectly harmonized yell. It was like, it kind of had little wavers in it. It had little fringes to that particular notes that he sings there. I love that. Man, that actually brought me back to that time. I man, like that and like Stone Temple Pilots and like obviously Alice in Chains, like bands like that. I always like that a lot, and you get the guitar solo in here, and there's that little break which calms things down afterwards, which almost has a little bit of a country southern rock kind of flair to it, like those guitar notes that come in a little bit after, but then it relegates its way straight back into that heaviness. And I like the verse and how smooth it is. It's very, very light, a perfect juxtaposition to the heaviness that would occur in that chorus. I remember this track, and I see that it obviously was a huge single, possibly the biggest track for the band as well. This was a good one. I forgot about this song totally. It's 12 o'clock. Like the verse is so calm, and it's truly like a calm before the storm. It's 12 o'clock, and it's a wonderful day. I know you hate me, but I'll ask anyway. Won't you come with me to a place in a little town? The only way to get there is to go straight down. There's no bathroom, there's no sink. The water out the tap is very hard to drink, very hard to drink. You wait till tomorrow. Putting it off. You say that money isn't everything, but I'd like to see you live without it. You think you can keep on going, living like a king, babe, but I strongly doubt it. You're going to wait too, fat boy. Fat boy, wait till tomorrow. You're going to wait too. You're going to wait till tomorrow. It's all these things you say that you can do without. Let's see if you can truly do it. Let's see if you can, live without some of the niceties of your life, so to speak. But it's always put off till tomorrow. This water is very hard to drink. The message is hard for this other person to drink, just as he mentions the tap water at the sink is hard for them to drink. Perhaps they're used to that. I don't know, what's a premium water? Fuji? Let's see. It was originally released on their debut, Tomorrow. The song was re-recorded on Frogstomp and released as a single. Became a breakthrough hit for the band, reached #1 on the Australian ARIA charts. Remained there for 6 weeks. And also hitting charts around the world as well. In the United Kingdom, it hit number 59. I know it was on the charts here in the US because, like I said, I know this one as well. Oh, yeah, it had a lot of accolades on this one. Whoops, didn't mean to click wherever I clicked. I wasn't done reading up here. What did I click on? Let's see. The band won a national band competition called Pick Me using their demo of Tomorrow. As part of the prize, Triple J recorded the song and ABC filmed a music video. That's cool. For the video's broadcast, they changed their name to Silverchair, and it goes on from there. John said that was on a TV show. There was this poor guy taking a rich guy through a hotel to experience the losses of the less fortunate than him. The rich guy is just complaining because he just wants to get out, and the poor guy is saying you have to wait till tomorrow to get out. That's one of our least serious songs, but it still has meaning to it. That's actually kind of cool, that inspiration behind it. He's just wanting to get out. Gillies said about when first playing the song, it felt like an electric spark, and we were all doing our own thing, but we were in sync. And like I said, it has a lot of really fantastic accolades. Ranked #1 from The Guardian on 25 Best Silverchair Songs. This was a great one. Like I said, brought me back very quickly. Very, very quickly. I'm curious. I had no idea that that was Silverchair. I just know that song. I'm curious now if there's other songs on this album that I'm gonna recognize. Oh, is that another hit from the band? Let's go ahead and pull up the next track here. We'll discuss it after. Fault Line. That's where we're left off.
Unsuspecting brother doesn't know what to do when everything just falls to the ground.
I like that bass line.
He wants to find some cover. He doesn't have a clue that his friend will never be found when he's informed that he will see the boy, will see the boy, will see him open his eyes, will see the boy, will see the boy, you'll only hear his heavenly cries. Oh yeah,
Really nice falsetto there.
thinking of the past, it's all over now. And Mother Nature strike once again. It happened oh so fast. My only question is how could they let that building descend? Oh yeah, you'll see the boy, you'll see the boy, you'll see him open his eyes.
lights it up into there. That note really well for a long time too. What, we Godsmack now? Hey. I thought we were going to ride that out. Oh yeah, we're riding that one out. I like how Ben gets a moment to like really go off there at the end as they start to ramp it up, like they bring that tension for that final break. And it didn't like, I mean, I wasn't paying attention honestly to the duration of the song, like as it was going, I was just listening. And I didn't expect them to go into like an ending breakdown after that final chorus. It felt like, I don't know, it felt like that was going to stop there. But of course it didn't. The train kept on going, blowing right past the station where I thought it was going to let me off. And it kept me going for one last ride. And I like how they start chugging it. They start like building that up. And then the drums from Ben, just heavy toms going there. And then they just ride you out for that last part. I love the chorus on this one. And it's already soaring in the way that he's singing there in the chorus. But when he pushes it into that falsetto, and he holds that for a really cool moment there, it just kind of like adds some fireworks into the song at that point. I thought that was one of the standouts. I'm probably a standout for most people, that particular part, and probably the breakdown at the end as well. But it just stands out in such a cool way. You know, he kind of starts from down here and he brings it up and pushes up into that falsetto and holds it for quite a while, especially on that second time that he does it. And then they just bring it back down really nicely into the verse there. That's awesome. Let's look at these lyrics. Unsuspecting brother doesn't know what to do when everything just falls to the ground. He runs to find some cover. He doesn't have a clue that his friend will never be found. When he's informed that he will never see the boy, never see him open his eyes. Will never see the boy, never see the boy. You'll only hear his heavenly cries. So it's like, I feel like, this is, fault line, earthquakes, makes me think of that. So some natural disaster, and when, obviously he loses his brother. Thinking of the past, it's all over now. Mother Nature strikes again. It happened all so fast. My only question is how? How could they let that building descend? Is this something, once again, that one of the band members was inspired by, maybe watching a news report or something? Off to the new life, I live on death. You're leaving me all through the night. If he's born again, I need you to find where he is. Like, where is he? Maybe they've never found him. The brother, maybe the body was never recovered, so he's just missing. Lead singer Daniel Johns lost a childhood friend during the Newcastle earthquake. There you go. We're only 3 songs in, but it feels like perhaps a decent amount of the songs were written. Maybe this is an obvious statement to make, but not only from personal experiences, but like, I guess stories and things that he read, and like with Israel's son and such. I don't know. Seems to have that kind of inspiration. Let's move on to the next track here. Pure Massacre. Let's go. guitar line is like slightly off at the end. Little distance. I like the little rolls on the kicks there on the drums. Kind of hit like a Pearl Jam sound there. I like the rolls into this little speed up of tempo, but quieting it down.
Machine guns pumping, hearts thumping, death is all around. People crying for freedom. No one hears a sound. Feel massacre, feel massacre.
I caught you. Man, I would love to drum to this. It's so groovy between the heaviness. Definitely from the title of the track, but even musically and perhaps in a sense thematically so far. This feels like the heaviest track on the album. There's not too much in a way. Well, there is some softer moments in here, of course, when the music kind of lightens up a little bit. But even from the very beginning, when it's not playing extremely heavy, the guitar itself sounds like it's playing half melodically, but then there's that part of it that comes off a little bit odd, like there's something wrong. So they build tension and stress even from just the very beginning of the moment there. And then, of course, once they eventually kind of roll into the rest of the music and the rest of the sound and bring in those heavy elements, then it all begins to make sense in the direction that they're going there. And Daniel himself is singing, in not so much of a smooth way. There's moments in there, but when he gets into that gritty sound, he does a fantastic job, as we've heard previously, but it's really cool when you have the music aligning with his vocals and they're both kind of reaching for that harshness, and it just sounds really nice together. Ben on the drums again. I love when he gets down on those tom patterns, of which he gets to in the second half here, when things kind of echo out and then the guitar builds back up into the music there. I think that's a really cool standout moment here as well. This track, though, my least favorite out of the 4 that we've heard so far. I think the other tracks do everything this track does in just a little bit of a better way, but can't say that it's a bad track or anything of that nature. Just doesn't quite hit the exact same. So look at the lyrics here. Gotta scroll back up. People dying for no reason at all. Age is no difference if you're large or small. Families being torn apart doesn't have to be this way. Some people just have no heart. It's happening every day. Obviously, it's talking about any sort of war, crime, violence, pure massacre. Machine guns pumping, hearts thumping, death is all around, people crying for freedom, but no one hears the sound. I think that's kind of a nice line there. There's people crying, there's people dying, but someone's taking it all. Then it repeats from there. Straightforward. It's released as the second single from the album. It was a successful follow-up to Tomorrow, peaking at number 2 in Australia and New Zealand, and also hitting 17 on the Billboard's Modern Rock Tracks as well. Let's see. Daniel John said that this song and its lyrics were inspired by the Bosnian War. He said it's pretty stupid, war like that. So it seemed the right thing to write a song about rather than the usual girls or whatever. It took about a half an hour. Came straight to my head. Like I said, very straightforward track. Nothing necessarily stands out too much on this one, but a decent listen nonetheless. Let's move on to the next track here, which is Shade. This is when we soften things up about halfway through, huh?
If you're hurt, why don't you tell someone? Don't feel bad. You're not the only one. Yeah. Don't go hiding in the shade. Don't go hiding in the shade. If you were abused, find someone to help you.
Reach out a little bit.
I know you were used. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Don't go hiding in the shade.
facing.
Don't go hiding in the shade. Don't go hiding in the shade. Hiding.
Go for it. Nice final push there. Great push. That was a really fantastic final push there at the end, man. Like, I didn't expect him to go out for like that one extra step, but ooh. It sounded so good when he did it. So this is that halfway point. Soften things up, probably before I come back with a heavy blow coming out, just a surprise jab. And, you know, listen, there's no surprises. Let's be honest. There's no surprises as we're listening to this. But it sounds good. And thinking once again the fact, like, what were you doing at 15? I wasn't doing this. I can tell you that for sure. And they sound great. Daniel sounds so mature in the way that he approaches, the way he sings. It sounds really, really nice. I love how soft and gentle his voice is, along with the guitar. The bass backing up and warming things up nice and rhythmically. But it's the ending that sends fireworks into the sky there. That was such a great, to me, unexpected moment. I just didn't expect that final go around, I guess, at that particular moment. But this was a nice soften things up, maybe like a little bit of a reset button, and then I bet you the next track's going to be like. I bet you the next track's the heaviest one on the album. I'm making a declaration. I'm making a guess right now. Because that's usually how these things go. That's usually how it does. They soften you up just to surprise you with the left hook. If you're hurt, why don't you tell someone? Don't feel bad. You're not the only one. Don't go hiding in the shade. If you find abused, if you were abused, I'll find someone to help you. I know you were used. What are you going to do? Don't go hiding in the shade. If you find yourself in a bad place, don't put yourself in a darker place. Hiding away. What's the word I wanted to use? Isolating yourself. Find some help. He even says, I'll find someone to help you. Don't go hiding in the shade. And then that ending. It's the fourth single from their album. It was the only single not to be included on their compilation. Lyrically, Shade is about, naturally, abuse, as you can see here. And there's your chart information, 28 in Australia, 29 Canada, top singles there as well. I bet you the next track's going to be the heaviest one. Leave Me Out. It's also, that's not the shortest track on the album, but I bet you it's gonna punch, isn't it? Come on. This is just that headbang it, just let it go, wild in the crowd kind of track. like how they lightened it up right there. Like that little bass line. Did he just grunt? They had to push down. Yep. Told you. This was the heaviest track so far in the album. And it felt like, besides that middle part, it felt like this was the headbangers ball of the album. This is the one where, you know, they start off with that riff and the crowd just goes wild. They separate, get ready to clash in their wall of death and jump in the pit and everything. This is that track from the band. This is absolutely it. And I love how heavy the guitar and the drums and the bass especially are. But then there's that cool moments. I didn't look at when it happened, but when the music kind of completely broke away from that and got like suspiciously groovy is how I'll describe it. Where was it? Here. And I really like the bass line from Chris here. Little slide. And it's a quick little diversion. It's not even hopping onto the exit off of the highway. It's glancing at the exit, kind of looking down to see what's at the end of the exit and saying, no, let's stick on the highway. That's more of what it is. It's not even a detour. But I like how it's a glance in that direction, and it kind of adds a little bit of diversity to this short and yet heavy track, you know? And I think that's what's needed. And then there's that ending where it sounds like, actually, I don't even, when it first paused, I didn't know where it was going to go. Because I'm like, okay, are we going to do like a final big breakdown? Are we going to change the music completely because we've already gotten all that heaviness? But no, just one last quarter in the machine to hop on the merry-go-round one last particular time. I thought the first line was funny. You can lead a throne, but I'm something you don't own. Because at first when I saw it, I thought it was going to be like, you can lead a throne to water, but you can't. Not literally, but like I thought it was going to be a line like that. No, greed is a sin, so don't lead me in. You can leave me out. Leave me out of whatever you're involved in, none of your greediness. You can leave me out. You can leave me out. Nothing. Listen, the lyrics on the album so far, they have that teenage, you know, kind of discovering the world in a bigger, grander sense for the first time, and you know, kind of viewing it from that point of view. And this is none the difference in this particular track. Leave me out of that. Let's move on to the next one here. Suicidal Dream. Boom. This sounds like another song. Like this sounds familiar, kind of.
I dream about how it's gonna end.
Nice hi-hat.
Approaching me quickly, living a life of fear. I only want my mind to be clear. People making fun of me for no reason but jealousy. I fantasize about my death. I kill myself
along with the weightiness of the subject matter on this one, the music does a great job of kind of holding this song in kind of like an eerie no man's land of something. Not, it's a little heavy, especially near the end, right? But it's heavy, but it also has a slightly distressing sound about it as the music works its way through and the guitar plays. And I thought that actually really worked really well, especially like I said in lieu of the title of the track and the themes going on and what he's singing about. I thought that worked really nicely. Like it creates a soundscape that's slightly off balance in their grunge sound, and it kind of weaves through that really nicely while adding still the power and the outcry in the chorus, and then eventually doubly so there at the end. But I really like Daniel's guitar playing in here. I think like it's perfect for what they're going for. It has just enough diversity to change it up track to track, but it's not too much, just a little bit here and there. But this is another one of those songs that kind of comes in one ear and kind of goes out the other relatively quickly and doesn't leave as much of a lasting impression as some of the other ones. It's not as catchy either. I dream about it, how it's going to end. Approach me quickly, living a life of fear. I only want my mind to be clear. He's having these thoughts, he's having these suicidal dreams and stuff, and he just wants his mind to be clear of them. People making fun of me, but for no reason but jealousy. I fantasize about my death. I'll kill myself from holding my breath. That's that. I don't really want to, but, like, you can't do it by holding your breath. At least not that I know of. But, like, he's not really wanting to. It's just people are kind of making him feel that way. My suicidal dream, voice is telling me what to do. My suicidal dream, I'm sure you will get yours too. Like, you'll feel the same way sometimes, perhaps. Help me, comfort me, stop me from feeling what I'm feeling now. The rope is here, now I'll find a use. I'll kill myself, I'll put my head in a noose. And he repeats the chorus there again, and then he outcries, dreaming about my death. So he doesn't want, obviously, like I said, to feel these feelings, but he's just getting pushed in a certain direction. He's finding himself in a certain place, in that dark place. And he's just trying to find his way out of that particular place. Let's move on to the next track here, which is going to be Madman. This is the shortest track on the album, 2 minutes and 51 seconds. To me, that usually tells me, like, not always, but if it's the shortest track on the album like that, could either be a normal song, could be the heaviest song on the album, and this is just the massive breakdown, or it could be the lightest song on the album, like an interlude of sorts. Or it could be none of the above. Sounding kind of heavy. Straight thrash. Yeah. And this is an instrumental. We're going to let this lead into the next track, which is Undecided. Yeah, this is that heavy scene for sure. This is just three 15-year-olds wanting to see how heavy and fast they could go. The bass just throbbing back there. Oh, the guitar comes in, lighting things up on top of it. not just grunts into the microphone. There you go. Yep, that was just their heavy track. That comes nice off the heaviness of the previous one.
Choose for yourself. It's like the candles lit at both ends now, deteriorating health. Barrels breaking up, which they would decide.
Nice palm muting. There's some nice structure on this one.
If there's a lot to their minds, can you tell me please? I'll be straight to get the key.
And I like the way he kind of numbly sings on this one.
Mother doesn't even know her name. Undecided. If there is trouble, will she just give us up?
Nice little quick fills.
But denies it.
The snare sounds great here too. It's that same grunt from his track. Undecided is my second favorite track on the album so far. I think that this is the perfect way for the band to approach their heaviness because they do it brilliantly here, especially coming off of the back of Madman, which Madman is just an instrumental heavy, like I said, the duration, like just an instrumental heavy song. They go thrash, they get fast, they get loose, they get heavy, and that's it, right? Okay, cool. But I like how that actually works as a transition into this song because they continue that thread of heaviness. But then I gotta say, I think they add a sophistication to it really nicely. The structure in Undecided is really great. The use of the palm muting, all the spacing, the way they kind of go back and forth and contorting from these deeply heavy sections into something with a little bit more groove, but keeping that heaviness is really great. Daniel kind of numbly sings in this one. He kind of just like, in my opinion, like it's almost like a moan that he kind of like he just kind of wavers through this, but that just adds a different kind of balance. Not singing like near the beginning of this album with like a light voice on top of heavy riffs, but in something with a little bit more of that kind of grungy sound, that kind of hazy, kind of sound. And it just works really, really well in here. Undecided is, I think, a big standout on the album. And how the band does heaviness right, but expands that into a whole song. I love the transition off of Madman. Like, it's going, right? But listen to how it moves into Undecided. It stops it, but the bass is already setting a new stage. It almost sounds like it could be almost in the same song, to be honest. And then, of course, it goes on from there. And brilliant use of spacing throughout that particular track. Ben, I love the sound of his snare, what they captured on there. A little bit of that bounce in the actual skin of it. I like how it's really nicely like just captured by the audio and the production there. This is, I think, very easily, to me, in my opinion, one of the best songs in the album. Second favorite for me. Oh, there's no time to choose for yourself. It's like the candles lit at both ends now, deteriorating health. Parents breaking up wish they would decide whether to stay together, can't make up their minds. This is so teenage angst. Are you kidding me? They wonder why you need someone, you get no freedom at all. They want you to drop down and conform, they make your self-esteem fall. Undecided, can't make up their mind, your parents collided and left you behind. If there's a lock in their or to their minds, can you tell me please? I'll be straight to get the keys. Just trying to figure out what they're thinking, what's going on. Her mother doesn't even know her name, undecided. If there is trouble, well, she just gets the blame, but denies it. Goes on from there. Listen, this is that teenage angst against their parents and against your parents there. Just undecided. Just make up your mind. Don't Malcolm in the middle of me. Choose a side. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's move on to the next track, Cicada, of which now is approaching summertime. They are loud and out there. As soon as that sun goes down, it's just noise. This is not what a cicada sounds like, by the way.
When he was just 11.
the drum from the guitar behind that.
He started to learn what life means. Problems are still appearing. They didn't look like disappearing. No. It's like a civil war going on. It's like a civil war. Don't turn away. It's something you can't ignore. Going on.
A little solo.
Growing up. It's like a civil war. Don't turn away.
He's letting loose like full force
Something you
here.
can't ignore. Going on. It's like a civil war. Don't turn away. It's something you can't ignore. Going on. It's like a civil war.
We just kind of fell into this. It's just like messing around.
Okay, let's do it again. From the top. Okay, got two sticks there. Okay, it's counting, right?
How's it going? I might as well, I suppose. It was perfectly leading into it. I may as well.
Locked up, and you need to escape.
Hey,
Proof the Lord was your first offense. A drug addiction, subtracting all your privileges. Giving up just makes no sense.
I like the speed on this one.
We'll find a way. We'll
This is the party track to me.
Don't give in, don't give in, don't give in, don't give in. All you can think about is breaking free. You can't make it on your own.
like a very beachy song to me. I don't know why. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Frogstomp from Silverchair. Okay, I really like Find a Way. If I had, Find a Way would be like my third favorite track on the album, I think. There's something about the speed that they bring into it. Not like Madman, which was like speed and heaviness, but it's just a fun speed that's in Find a Way that reminds me of like a party. It sounds like a beach track, but like maybe a driving to the beach track. Like this is that kind of song. I love the sound that they dive into here. I think that Daniel sounds so cool and sound like, obviously they're 15 years old, but like so youthful and just like abandoned and just like, let's just go. When I think like the older you get, when you leave the house because you have somewhere to be, it's because you have somewhere to be. When you're younger, you kind of have the day to yourself and you just kind of like, you don't have to force yourself to go somewhere, do something. You're just kind of enjoying that freedom. And that's what Find a Way sounds like to me. It sounds like that youthful freedom of having the day available, having the time available, and just doing what you want to do with it. Hanging out with your friends, going to the mall. I guess not the mall anymore. No one's going to malls. But, it just kind of has that energy to me. And I really like that. Cicada, it's the longest track on the album, but it actually doesn't really do too much for me. I feel like it does kind of what I've said before in some previous tracks where it's kind of more of the same and it doesn't really do anything interesting. It was a nice track, but it kind of comes in one ear and goes out the other. And I just feel like not every other, but most of the other tracks on the album has kind of done something a little bit more interesting. And it's kind of forgetful. Like I've forgotten it already, if I'm being honest. Cicada just didn't stick, even though, like I said, it's the longest track on the album. But Find a Way, that's a fun one. that's a fun way to end the album. Let's look at the lyrics here, going back to Cicada first. When he was just a little boy, he had only one favorite toy, and he had nothing on his mind. He never left anything behind. As he got older, things got worse, like he'd been born under a curse. Things started to fall apart. They weren't like they were at the start. No, it's like a civil war. Growing up, it's like a civil war. Don't turn away. It's something you can't ignore. Growing up, it's like a civil war. Fight against oneself. Now that he was in his teens, he started to learn what life means. Problems were still appearing. They didn't look like disappearing. No, it's like a civil war. Okay, let's do it again from the top. I love when a band inserts a little studio banter into their album. A lot of jazz albums do that. You'll hear the band themselves talking and, saying certain cues to the other bandmates. But I love when you hear little studio things like that. And then finally with Find a Way, you've been locked up. You need to escape. You broke the law. It was your first offense. Drug addiction, subtracting all your privileges, but giving up just makes no sense. Listen, you made a mistake. Keep on pushing. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Don't give in. Don't give in. All you can think about is breaking free. You can't make it on your own. You're thinking negative. Nothing can go right. It's eating you down to the bone. Don't give in to that feeling. Don't give in to that sinking feeling. You made a mistake. Push on, push forward, and things will perhaps get better as you move on. Let's look at some of the info for the album. I should have just kept you on the screen here. Let's see. Frogstomp was recorded in 9 days. Gillies said the album took even less days to mix. Previous to this album, the band were named Innocent Criminals. It's kind of funny. And consisted of Ben Gillies and vocalist and guitarist David Johns and bassist Chris Jonot, shortly before joining the band in 92. Demo versions were recorded of certain songs here. It said the recording of the demo songs cost about $75. We weren't in there for more than an hour. Gilly stated they were definitely influenced by the whole Seattle sound. I would say that's pretty obvious, I would say. In 2015, when asked if the record was made live in studio, John said, "Yeah, that's the thing that I really do like about that album. It sounds exactly like we sounded. There was no big American producer calling the shots behind the desk telling us what to do. It was literally this guy, Kevin Shirley, who was a great producer, just saying, I want it to sound like you guys, but I want it to sound really loud, and I want the guitars really loud." So to me, I was like, let's do it. The songwriting may not be genius, but I think sonically the performances are really good. It's really honest, just three Australian kids thrashing it out in studio, and that's exactly what it sounds, or exactly how it sounds. And that's very much true. You can definitely get a sense of who they are here. I'm curious about the title. John said, I was at a guy from our record company's house one night, and I was looking through his CDs because he's got a really good collection. I found this 60s pop record collection, and I was just going, why do you have this? I looked at the back, and there was this song that some guy, Floyd Newman, did called Frogstomp. And I said, that's a pretty good name. I just rang up Ben and Chris, and we thought it was really funny, so we used it for the album. I'm mildly curious. Floyd Newman, Frogstomp. I just want to hear what it sounds like. Frogstomp. Floyd Newman. Got it. It's that old blues kind of jazz. Let's skip a little bit. That's not bad at all. That's that bluesy jazz. That is like old. What year did that come out? Huh. That was not bad at all. Yeah. So, sorry, Frogstomp had me confused there. So, favorite tracks here on the album, Tomorrow, and perhaps it's a little nostalgia. I can't help it, but I think that Tomorrow's, you know what, even without nostalgia, I think it's just a brilliant track from the band. Undecided, second favorite. And then Find a Way would be my third favorite track on the album. I think, once again, considering the age of the band and what they were doing, I think this is a standout. And even without considering the age of the band, I think that this is a good album. Now, I won't lie. I think that it's an okay album for me. It's not like the genre that I listen to a lot of nowadays. And even so, like this, there's not a lot on here that stands out in like a way that gets my attention even more. You know what I mean? I think that this is a nice listen from back to front, and there's definitely a few tracks on here that I would take out in like a favoriting kind of way. But overall, it's a little bit samey. There's not like a lot of differentiation between tracks, you know, but it is a good album to put on. And definitely, you know, like I said, if I was listening to this at the time that I was actively listening to this kind of music, this would probably stay in my portable CD player that I had that I was carrying around in my massive jeans when I was in high school. That's for sure. But let me know what you guys thought, of course, of the album in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for being here and for watching, hopefully enjoying alongside with me. Vincent, thank you so much for the support and for the request as well. I truly appreciate that. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.